Hi, I'm Sam Holland. I've been running the Conch House Heritage Inn for the last 28 years. We've been in the small lodging industry, and the last couple years were rough, but we've seen a trend upward. Looking for pre-bookings between now and March 31st, we're at approximately a 31% increase in occupancy, which is the trend that we're finding across the board. I also have two self-storage companies on Stock Island, and they cater more to the local worker and companies that tradesmen, people that generally need a workshop or a facility to call their place of business. And we have very, very low turnover, which is another good sign. It means those guys are all working. As my role as chairman of the planning board for the city of Key West, we see a tremendous amount of applications continuing to come into the building department. So for all things considered, I would say 2020 is going to be a great year.
Hi, I'm Karen Sharpe, President and CEO of First State Bank of the Florida Keys, and I'm also a board member of the Key West Chamber of Commerce. I look towards 2020 with optimism. We have ended 2019 on a good roll. The economy is good locally, nationally, and globally, and I see continued growth in tourism. Key West, as you know, is a destination that is favored, and especially domestically. If people want to stay home and not go abroad, they love to come to Key West. They love to return to come to Key West. Interest rates are low and stable, and overall people have cash and they're willing to spend it and want to spend it. People have jobs, and Keys are a unique place, of course. Also, we have going on, there's lots of construction in Monroe County, and that brings in a lot of money which gets spent and cycled around the economy locally, just as it does when the military is here and is spending money. So my outlook is very good for 2020, and I look forward to a great year.
Mark Rossi, Ricks and Dirty Harry's. I'm really looking for a happy 2020. 2019 was a really great year for us here in Key West, and I'm looking for an even better year in 2020. We got a presidential election coming up. We've got a mayoral election coming up where you might see my name on the ballot. And I think we're going to have a great fantasy fest, lobster fest, boat races, and I'm looking forward to a great 2020 and no hurricanes.
I'm Mike Moravsky with the Ernest Hemingway Home and Museum, also a past president of the Key West Chamber of Commerce. Projections for 2020, we're looking at a pretty strong year. We see some new enhancements to our business coming from Richard Branson's Virgin America's ship, and we see that that's going to be pretty significant. We're looking at some deterioration due to the bridge closures, Calkey Channel Bridge, and think that should be a little bit impacting on us from our day trip standpoint. But as far as the airport, passenger count, we're looking forward to continuing to run the numbers that we've run this year. So 2019 was a big year, and we're anticipating 2020 to follow that same track.
I am Brittany Snyder. I work at the College of the Florida Keys. I'm the Vice President of Academic Affairs. And looking forward to 2020, I predict expanded educational opportunities in Key West, Florida. In addition, I hope that there are more parades too.
This is Darrin Herron. I'm an attorney here in Key West. I'm also the co-owner of Hooray Restaurant Group and On Point Restaurant Group. And these are my predictions for the year 2020. Tourism will reach an all-time high, and I say that because I believe that the millennials will start being more outdoorsy, and the revitalization of Duval Street will play an intricate role in that. Workforce housing will no longer be a critical issue. I believe the county and the city will kind of lay back on the height restrictions, and I believe workforce housing above commercial properties will play an intricate role in that as well. The population of Key West, unfortunately, I feel will decrease. I think with the flood maps and this whole, how the state and the city will be eventually underwater will scare a lot of residents out of Key West. So I do think that's going to be one detrimental thing in 2020. And last but not least, Epstein did not kill himself.